Political analyst Brian Sobel to talk more about all these developments in Washington, D.C. today. And Brian, the second presidential debate in Miami next week seems to be in doubt now. Do you think it will go forward? And if it doesn't, what are the political consequences here?
Heather, I think it does go forward. I think it's necessary, frankly, for Vice President Biden to keep his foot on the gas. We're seeing a lot of debate around COVID because COVID for President Trump is not polling well. So Democrats really have to talk about COVID. The whole idea of we want to know more about the president's condition, and everybody who was at that nomination ceremony and all that is because COVID is the third rail right now for President Donald Trump.
Yeah, the decisions in tweets recently by President Trump, including ending negotiations on a new coronavirus relief bill, are leaving even Republicans, Brian, here dumbfounded. Why stop these talks?
I'm not sure about the president's calculus here, but, I'm always about fairness. And a couple of weeks ago, for less money, maybe $1.5 trillion or $2 trillion, maybe $1.5 trillion, there could have been a deal cut. And it was the Democrats who didn't want it. So this has been a political football for quite some time now, and it always comes down to what's in the bill and who benefits and who doesn't benefit. But this has gone back and forth for a while now, Heather. And unfortunately, as always in these political tussles, the American people suffer.
Yeah, and suffering greatly. Contracting COVID-19, Brian, has obviously cost the president crucial time there on the campaign trail, time that he cannot get back. Do you think his actions since the diagnosis are part of a campaign strategy? And if so, do you think it's been effective?
Sure, it's part of the strategy to say COVID is survivable. I am confident that we have a handle on the therapeutics that are around COVID. I'm going to press ahead. I think he wants to be an example. He's referenced at least twice that leaders don't lead from behind or from bunkers, they lead from the front. I think this is a well-planned late strategy by Donald Trump to assert himself as a leader, even under the problem with COVID nationally, that I'm out in front, I'm leading.
I want to real quickly talk with you about the vice presidential debate, and a lot is being made about the precautions that are going to be taken tomorrow night. What do you make of this idea of these plexiglass barriers and Vice President Mike Pence saying, he doesn't think it's necessary and doesn't want one?
At the end of the day, they'll debate. I think it's going to be a very interesting debate. Kamala Harris is a good debater. Pence has lots of debates under his belt. I think they'll talk about substance. And frankly, I think the plexiglass between them and the distance between them will fade once the debate starts. And I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are looking forward to hearing from the vice presidential candidates. Brian Sobel, thanks so much. Really appreciate your time tonight.